think. Yep, here we go. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to build mode. Oh my gosh, that's wigging me out. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm attempting to make my first house. Okay, so this is foundations. Hello? Hope that music's not too loud. I haven't been live streaming for a while. I got bit by a tick of all things. It's been kind of, I'm on antibiotics. Darn ticks. Anyways, yeah, so I have been practicing the null binding. I learned my first null binding stitch. I'm not really able to do anything with my hand as of yet. I'm having what's called pillar pain in my wrist, a few inches below my surgical site. I guess it's common with the carpal tunnel surgery, but anyways. Anywho's, I didn't think it would take this long for the nerve to heal, but it's going to be a minute. Anyways, I have been looking into learning the skill called null binding, Naalbinding, and it predates crochet and knitting, and kind of like, sort of like you wrap yarn around your thumb with, you have like this flat, sort of like a darning needle, made out of, mostly they have different types of them, wood or bone, or I have a plastic one. And anyways, so I wanted to learn a new craft, and so I have learned at least one new stitch. So it's different, but I think I'm really gonna like it. It's a really ancient type of yarn craft. So some of the stitches look similar. If you look at an item, you would think that it was knitted or crocheted, but they have their own stitches and their own looks, and it's actually pretty cool. So I think it definitely takes longer, even if you get really good at it, than like crocheting. I think crocheting is the quickest yarn craft, but at least I can say I'm learning something new. And also the K-tail knitter is another one, but I'm gonna have to wait on that. I think that one will be a little bit too much for my wrist right now. Anyways, building in Sims 3 is definitely different, but this was before I downloaded the entire Sims 3 content store, right? And that chimney, I'm going to fix that chimney. It's not even on the inside. It's not placed properly, but I'll fix it. So basically, the Sims 3 store, there's such an uproar right now because Sims 4 just got a marketplace, and I guess they're at the end, they're not going to make any more packs, so now they're creating a market store. Anyways, but Sims 3 had sort of the same thing, but since it was abandoned or whatever, now, since Sims 3 is so old, you can get the entire store for free, as I did, and the premium content also, and I was just so flabbergasted by that. I didn't even know that. But there's some things that I really miss about the Sims 4 building, but there's things that I really, really like about the Sims 3 building more than I do Sims 4, especially the customization tool. Yeah, I love that. And on the Sims 3 content store, you can get some different stairs. You can get the spiral stairs and the stairs that are like pre-turned or whatever, because the stairs are a little bit tricky in the Sims 3 to, like, they don't have that tool in the Sims 4 where you just like pull on it. It has like a slider to turn it left or right. So yeah, but you can get them off of Sims 3 store where they're already, you know. Anyways, but I am just waiting out the Pair of Lives. Pair of Lives is supposed to be releasing on May 25th. My computer fan, I think I need to take my computer apart and clean it. And speaking of computer, I had my newer computer got struck. Well, it didn't get struck by lightning. The utility, the internet utility in our area got struck by lightning, so it took out a few people's internet modems. So the lightning traveled through the internet modem, and because my computer was connected to Ethernet, it took out my PC. So I was like, oh man, so now I gotta get a different one. So anyways, so I'm just playing on my older computer, which is gonna think either I need to clean it or it's gonna probably need a new fan here pretty soon, it sounds like. But I'm just thankful I had backups. I mean, my computers they're not fancy, they're cheap refurbs, but you know, I don't play really fancy games. I do want to play Tiny Glades though, so I'll have to have a graphic card and a standalone disc, and so I think I'm going to go to I think it's GTX 1050 Ti, which will be more than sufficient with 4 gigabyte, which will be more than sufficient to play Tiny Glades, because I own Tiny Glades and a couple other building games on Steam, and but with this computer I'm not able to play Tiny Glades. But if you do like Tiny Glades, check out my playlists on my home tab, because I have Tiny Glades, I have a whole bunch of different building games. I coordinate all of my videos by playlist. So I have Speedbuild, Sims 4 playlist, I have a Sims 3 playlist, and I have Tiny Glade and other build games if you like really relaxing. And not only that, I made some of my speed builds ASMR because I will put like wind sounds or popping fire sounds, cackling fireplace or whatever sounds, and I'll turn some of my speed builds into ASMR. But most of the times I just use music in the speed build, and whenever I do my build videos, I will put them together, edit them, and turn it into a speed build, because I know a lot of people like watching speed builds. I love watching speed builds. So anyways, so as promised, I'm sorry it took me so long, but you know, I've just been ill. Woo, tick bite. Yeah. So this is the first Sims build that I ever did, just trying to learn how to use the controls, and it was really different. But this house, I got the inspiration for this house off of Pumpkin channel, and in fact I might put her link in the video. So if you're watching this after this is no longer live, please go check out Pumpkin's channel and go show her some love, and you know, connect to her. She's so close to 3,000, so she's trying to meet her goal for 3,000. So if y'all could go over there and show her some love on her channel. Anyways, but I was in one of her live videos, and she's really cool to hang out. She lives pretty regularly, but I watched the sunset with her in one of her live videos, and so this was the house that was in the sunset screen. It was sort of like this, so I got this like as close to that particular house. I said, you know what, my first Sims 3 build, I'm gonna build a house that looks like that. So anyways, but I don't know what it looked like on the inside. I was just, it was just a house I saw in a video. But that was the style of house. Of course, it had the long windows is what I liked about that. I like those older houses that have long windows. Of course, it was all white. I didn't keep the same colorings, but I love those long, narrow windows from those older houses. And anyways, what? As far as roofing in Sims 3, yeah. So I'm super, super new. Like I said, this is my very first build ever. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to I wasn't able to get the sink put in. Like the sink itself is like separate from the counter. And so it wouldn't place. I don't know if that was just like some kind of placement space issue, but so I gave it a standalone sink to wash the dishes. Like duh, I think I should have just gave him a dishwasher, and But anyways, no, every kitchen should have a sink, right? So, but that's the only reason I put the standalone sink in this house. So if you notice that, I normally do not do that, but. Anywho's, so this is a small starter house. I would call it small. All right. I think I ended up with a 2-bedroom in this house. I think it's a 2-bedroom. Yeah, maybe 3. I can't remember. Oh my gosh. See those long, skinny windows? I love those. And that refrigerator almost looks like it's slanted. And I think it's just the way the painting's designed. See, like, I don't know if I should have put the sink in first before I put the cabinets above them, but it would not let me put a sink in. So anyways. But I'm playing the Sims 3 older game, like pre-September 2012. And so if there was any updates after that. See, I like to play pre-September 2012 because you don't have to play via the app, right? And you can play offline. And so I wish that I had never updated my Sims 4 game and just kept it frozen like at the last pack that I bought. Just if I'd known that I could have done that and that I didn't have to play with the updates, because updates broke so much in the game and it's not been fixed. Like the picture bug's not fixed. So many stuff. Every time they add more updates, it just kept breaking stuff. So anyways, but I'm pretty much done with Sims 4 anyways. I think I like playing outside an app. And now Paralives is through Steam. Yeah, so now Paralives is different because they're a small group of developers. They're not a corporation. Like they're just this team of developers that got together, and they're like funded through like private donations and stuff. And so I just think that is the coolest thing. And I think Paralives, the build tools, I'm familiar with the build tools because I played Roblox and I did building in Roblox. I built my own game in Roblox. So I've seen some of the tools that they used. I've seen that before and I've used it before. And not saying that they were copycatting, but I'm just saying that they have, I would call their build tools more advanced. I'm sure that they, created new in addition or whatever, but I'm just familiar with the type of tools that they use, and I really like their building tools. And the really, really cool thing that they have that I haven't seen anywhere is like you can grab a window. If you want to make a window bigger, then you can just grab the window. What is going on here? Sorry about that. You can just grab the window and stretch it. Same with the bed, the windows, the doors. And like in Sims 4, you have to like buy different packs to get different doors or whatever it is. Anyways, so they have a lot of flexibility in your building, and the walls you can just stretch them. So like Tiny Glades is really cool like that. Tiny Glades has a lot of sound and visuals that it's really more of an aesthetic build game than anything, and it just has these really cool stretching sounds when you stretch the walls and stuff. And if you like those kind of videos, it's just really soft and relaxing sounds, and that's why I really like Tiny Glades. But Tiny Glades, I mean, there's just only so much you can do as far as building. It's more for just like relaxing. But if you want to be like seriously like wanting to do interior decorating and designing and stuff like that, then you got to play something like Sims or Paralives. And I think Paralives is it's interesting because the animation of the paras, their avatars or their characters or whatever, that the graphics for their characters are so different than like the buildings, and it's just interesting. But I love their building tools. I'm so excited to build in Paralives. May 25th, you guys. So, anyways, but I'm probably gonna be with my hand trying to heal and stuff, and I'm having this pillar pain in my wrist. I'm not wanting to like, you know, over. I'm not trying to take any risk on overdoing it or whatever. I just want to really give my nerve a good chance to heal so that I can really fully get my full function back. Because I've heard that some people have had to have this surgery more than once, and you can get it again. So mine was like severe. Like that's why if you do get carpal tunnel, you want to get it taken care of before it becomes severe, right? So, anyways, so I've also got it in my left hand, so I'll eventually have to have that. I'm gonna wait a while on that. Tell the doctor I had the surgery while I was awake, and I was like, yeah. I told him at the end of the surgery, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for a while before I have, whatever, the surgery again. And I didn't realize, like it actually takes months for full healing. I didn't know that either, so. I thought it was just like this minor little surgery, but yeah, no, I was wrong. I mean, you can be like healed and have full function again in a couple weeks, but a lot of people, percentage of them, it takes weeks or even months. And this pain in my wrist, it's like I have this, I call it pillar pain. So, anyways, hopefully, I mean, it's like I'm 2.5 weeks in, I think, so it's still pretty early after the surgery. So, anyways, but I am looking to do I've got some planting I need to do, and now that my stitches are out, I'm gonna go in. I have this forsyth tree that I want to plant, and I have some milkweed bulbs that I need to get planted. I have monarch way stations, so I need to have milkweed, and I like to have, I've always, each year I pretty much just bought the milkweed, the stuff that's been shipped, but it's really risky if you're buying plants from a nursery that's been shipped from another state. I clean them, I disinfect them, because this virus or whatever that's taken out the monarch butterflies is it's bad, and it can be on the plants, and so it's best just to grow the monarch or milkweed yourself if you can, but I have to have several different types of milkweed. Anyways, so I want to get that done. I'm really behind on that. And then I didn't get out and put the pesticide down early enough in my walking pathways, and a tick got me. I'm pretty sure it got me from my yard. I don't know where else I would have picked up a tick from. Like, I only went from my inside my house to my car. But yep, those ticks are so dangerous. Plus, I have alpha gal. Don't take ticks like it's not a light thing. Like, they have several different illnesses that they carry, and I have what's called alpha gal, so I can't consume any kind of mammalian byproducts. But it's not only just what you eat. There's also so many things, like they can't use, like when I go to the dentist, they have to use a special type of, when I get my teeth cleaned, they have to use a special type of paste afterwards because of alpha gal. There's like sutures and adhesives. I mean, supplements. There's so many things that they put mammalian byproducts in. Like, I didn't even know, right? So, yeah. Anyways, and that, you can never eat anything four-legged meat again. Like, it's life-altering, right? For that reason alone. So then there's Rocky Mountain spotted fever and Lyme, which my tests that they did cleared. So I don't know if I got a different type of virus, or because I'm alpha gal, you can get sick just from the tick bite itself, because it can secrete the alpha gal galactase or whatever in the bite from the tick saliva, and that tick bite itself can make you sick if you're alpha gal. So I'm hoping that that's all it was. I hope I didn't, but they went ahead and put me on antibiotics just to be on the safe side. Yeah, so the day that I found the tick, I had broke out in this rash and blisters and stuff, but it wasn't on my tick side, so I don't know. It looked like I was having something autoimmune going on, so I think it was just from the tick bite itself that made me sick. But I don't know, I haven't got the results of my test back yet, so but I'm not an antibiotic, so I'm good. And also my dogs, I have to be careful with them because dogs can get it too, the ehrlichiosis, and yeah, so those ticks are no joke. So I like to have the pesticides out and like right before it rains so that it soaks into the ground, because once the flowers start coming up and you have your pollinators, you really don't, plus if you have birds in your environment, you don't want to be putting down pesticides once the flowers come up. So I try to get done really early in the year. Anywho's, this little thing here, I'm trying. So this was the first time I've ever used the customization tools. So it was really awkward. You probably hear my computer rattle there, that fan. I need to take it, open it up in the back and give it a good cleaning. It's probably just some dust on my fans or something. Because if you don't turn your computer off on a regular basis, if you leave it running all the time like I do, you gotta clean the dust out pretty frequently. So, but anyways, this world right here comes with the Ambitions pack in Sims 3. I forget what it's called, but it's a cute little world. But I think in the Sims 3, I think the Sunset Valley is my favorite world. And I haven't really explored a whole lot of other worlds, okay, being new at Sims 3, but I did watch other videos. And the cool thing about worlds in Sims 3 is you can literally create your own world. How cool is that? I love that. And you can download customized worlds. And in the Sims 3 market, Sims 3 store, I think is what it was called, you can actually buy worlds too. And so, but since it's so old, you can download all those worlds and everything that was sold on the Sims 3 store for free. The premium content is super cool. It's almost like you would get in like stuff packs with gameplay that came with it. Like, for example, you can get a tractor that you can lay down tracks, dirt paths or whatever, and you can drive the tractor around, and the tractor will spray things that you're growing and fertilize it out the back of the tractor. And not only that, but you can actually, there's like a little wagon in the back of the tractor where you can do like tractor rides. It was so cool. And then there is like little chicken hutches or whatever, and then a little cow barn, so you can have cows, chickens, and the tractor, so you can like really build farms and stuff. And with the pets game is super cool because it adds so many different, it adds not just pets that you can, like cats and dogs, but it also adds outdoor pets, animals, right? Like you can collect lizards, snakes, turtles, birds, really pretty birds, and raccoons. I don't think you can collect them as pets, but you can interact with them. You can interact with wild horses, and you can interact with raccoons. And I think you can have horses as pets also in Sims 3. Yeah, in Sims 3 you can. So I was really impressed with the Sims 3 pack for pets. I think that's what it's called, pets. Yeah. So because I put down the little spawners for the lizards and the turtles, but I didn't see any, and I just started playing when my computer went kabook kabook. So I'm gonna have to wait on that. But anyways, I just I like to build. It's fun. But it's that time of year that I need to be doing stuff outdoors, planting and stuff like that. And I love this time of year. Like to go see things also, like waterfalls, and just do outdoor stuff, being cooped up. And my dog's getting older. She, can't walk as much, so my girls are going to be 13 in July. And so this is really cool that like there's so many different swaths. I was really impressed with how many different furnitures and swaths and colors there are for base game. I was like, wow. Hey, Ken. Oh, I haven't even been live streaming in a while. I don't hear anything. Is there no music? Hang on a second. Uh-oh. Why am I not hearing it? Hang on a second. Guys, I think I have a problem. Let me check my... Can you hear the music? Oh, thank you. Alright, now I hear it. Hang on a second. Let me adjust my... phone's acting up. Hang on just a second. Okay. Hello, you rang? No, just a second. Let me add you. There you go. Hello, hello. Did I add you? I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Let me go. You been singing lately? Oh, wow. Dude, did you draw that picture? Wow. I've got a lot of fellow artists on my channel. And I haven't seen a lot of the people that I used to see all the time. I haven't seen them. Like, YouTube's changing stuff, so I can't see everybody that's live on the left anymore. And just a lot of people that I used to hang out with on a regular basis, I'm not even seeing their stuff anymore. It's frustrating. So... anyways, won't be long, guys. Paralives is going to be out May 25th. So excited. Their building tools is awesome. I think, so I'm going to get, so my computer, I don't know what the deal is with it. So I'm just going to I'm going to slave the hard drive off of that one and probably transfer my files. And I get this, I'm going to get a refurb. Lenovo refurb that has the GTX 1050 Ti graphics card, and it's a small form factor though, but I mean it's decent for light gaming, and I'll be able to play Tiny Blades again, and I'll have plenty of storage too. So And I never did figure out what that. Look at this thing right here. It's like all these birds like clumped together in the air. I just happened to pause and caught a clump of birds in the air. Anyways, but Sims 3 is pretty cool though. It's the older version of Sims, but I'll tell you what, I downloaded that entire store. The entire store, right? Years worth of stuff that they put on the store, got for free. I didn't install everything. I used a tool. I forget what it's called. I talked about in another video where I could separate the files and pick which ones I wanted. Because I don't want to put a whole bunch of stuff in my game and make it laggy. And so some really cool premium content stuff. So I feel like I have a pretty decent setup for Sims 3. So I'm just going to take the files off my computer. I'll have to slave the hard drive. I'm pretty sure the hard drive should be fine. I don't know. I mean, that computer might be revivable. I'll have to take a look at it. I'm not able to take it apart right now and see if the power supply unit needs replaced. There is a little test that I can do to see if the motherboard is damaged or if it's just the power supply unit. I just haven't fooled with it yet. And anyways, I think that one I have to. I can't remember which the graphic cards. I think is 1650. Anyways, but the one that I'm gonna get is 512 gigabytes hard drive and 1 terabyte standalone disk, and then the graphics card has 4 gigabytes. It's VRAM, so it has separate VRAM for the graphics card. So that is going to be well enough to play Tiny Blades, whatever. And I think I should be able to pull off having both Sims 3 and Paralives. Now, what I do is if I'm currently playing, I won't have Steam and like a bunch of games in my computer at the same time, especially since I'm only gonna have for like 4 gigabytes VRAM from my graphics card. But like I'll have, if I got Steam in my computer, then I'll play my Steam games for a while, then I'll uninstall Steam, and then I'll just, like Sims 3 is pretty, takes up quite a bit from your computer, especially with all the files that goes with it. So I'll just have like a portable drive, I think, that I'm gonna have all my Sims 3 stuff on. So when I play my Sims 3, I'll just, yeah. Anyways, but that's a lot to install, and it takes quite a bit to install, because I play Sims 3 off of discs, and I play them outside the app, and so, yeah, it's a little bit to install. You have to know. If I hadn't used AI, I wouldn't have known how to install it and the steps to take, especially with, downloading the files for all the stored content and all that other stuff. But I probably, once Paralive is released, I'm probably not even going to fool with The Sims. I'm probably just going to play Paralives and Tiny Blades. And Paralives is through Steam, so I'll be able to have my building games through Steam. You can get Sims 3 through Steam if you don't want to play old school like I do, but I'm just saying I'm not fooling with EA. That's what I'm saying. And anyways, I've been not live streaming because I've been sick with this tick bite stuff, but I'm feeling better. I just really want to get out and about and do stuff. It's that time of year. It was 80 degrees today. And so, yeah, the cool nights I think are gone. I think they're over. So, and yeah, it's time to get outdoors and do stuff before it gets too hot. There it is, guys. Now these are some of my early Sims 4 builds that I did when I was first learning to build in Sims 4. So I just kind of wanted to show you my early builds of Sims 4, since this was my first Sims 3 build ever. So these were some of I've done tons and tons of builds in Sims 4, but this was the college. This one I would totally redo these. I think I did redo the roofing on this is cuckoo. You can't. Okay, so for example, let me go back to that. Like, I'll tell you what's wrong with that roof. If you can't see it already, the architect's probably laughing at it. You can't have, like, where's the water gonna drain? Like, you have water go down here, and I guess you could have a pretend. Like, I don't put. There's just goofy. This roof on this particular build is just goofy. But, anyways, I think I did redo the roof on this one after, because this was, I think I first uploaded it. But yeah, I was trying to learn how to do roofing. So, and then this was one of the mansions that I built. This was not finished. Okay, so this was the backyard after it was finished. And so this was a base game house that I did. It was a challenge, a base game challenge, because you take rooms that you download from the gallery that are base game only, and then you create a house. You have to put together a house, make a house out of it, out of the rooms that you downloaded. I think I downloaded like 3 or 4 rooms and built a couple of the rooms myself. And I think this was a 3-bedroom. But anyway, so that ended up being a cute little base game house. And anyways, and so this was the Get Famous World mansion that I did. Now this was the first ever. This is not finished. Okay, I added a whole bunch of stuff to this build here, but this was like the first stages of my lemon balcony mansion. This is like the first big build that I ever did, and my first sim that I ever created lives in this house. You'll see this house a lot in my Sims playlist. Okay, and if you like watching Sims, I have long play, and then I have videos that's just music without commentary. Then I have speed builds, and then I have live streams builds, and so I have a combination of different types of Sims for all the simming community out there. Okay, anywho's, yeah. So there's that one. So this was after I finished the mansion. So this was a church that I built, a chapel. Now this is mods. These are mods in this building. Like these windows. This is, I think I got this off the gallery, but like this is a mod. And this is a mod. I think I got this from Discovery University. So I used this. There is an actual mod that you can use so they can have the pastor career. And there's like church interactions that they'll do if you have that particular mod. And then this is the prayer bench. So this is a really cool mod right here. So you can have like church service in your storyline. So yes, I built a chapel, and I love the way the lighting comes through these windows like that. Natural lighting through the windows. But yeah, there's my little chapel that I built. I had a couple of church services in it. And yeah, I love to build. This was the balcony to the weight room on my first mansion I ever built. And then this is the smallest lot in the Sims 4 game, is in the hidden world called Sylvan Glades. And so I built 2 or 3 houses. This was, I think, the second house that I built. This was a redo that I did from my wedding story pack. And so when they first come out with this, they dropped a whole bunch of pink stuff for the in tiles and walls and kitchen stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta go do a pink kitchen. So this was that rebuild, playing around with this new flooring and walls that they did. So that's it, guys. Thanks for
so I'm gonna go ahead.
I appreciate you, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. What did you say? Nice colors on that? Yeah, I love messing around with different stuff, but I have so many different types of builds. And anyways, guys, that's it. I've went through this, cycled through this building. Sims 3 was really different, though. It's definitely different, but there's a lot of things I like about it. But I'm just waiting for Pair Lives, guys. So y'all have a good one. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me go ahead and open up my... I'm going to open up my thing here. Let me go into my live stream. See if I can open up this. Yeah, this. Open up my thing here. So I can have that open. And I'm going to go visit whoever stopped in. I know I was first learning to build. Been gone for a while, so I just kind of wanted to show you my early builds of Sim 4, since this was my first Sim 3 build ever.